Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we're going to be working on ore processing and automation. So guys, I hope you are ready. So we are hopping right back into the Skyblock, and I tell you what, I decided to go ahead and rim this. I don't think that this is going to be our ultimate build. Once we get some good resources coming in, we're probably going to completely revamp this. This is usually how I do Skyblocks. I will start with my starting platforms like this to kind of get things going. Once we have a nice amount of blocks coming in, that's when we will definitely completely change this. And we do have the builder in here, so that could be something we could think about doing. Maybe building something with the builder. But for right now, you can see I did manage to get myself a chorus flower. Finally, it did take about 12 or so. I do need to re-grab this chorus flower, but everything else, I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to build up and just grab the rest of the chorus flowers that are up there. I think that's just going to be the safe thing to do. In case we need chorus flowers for something later on down the road, at least we'll have them and we won't have to wait for this to grow. Yeah, and while I was waiting for this to grow, I was gathering up all of this dark oak, which I got from dirt. So that's how you can get the different saplings and stuff, is from Hilo and all that fun stuff. Now, you could shoot these, by the way, with a bow and arrow, if you didn't know that. If you had an arrow and a bow at this point, you could shoot the chorus flower heads off, which is something that was kind of added in the newer versions of Minecraft, which is kind of neat. But now all we have to do is break the bottom, and we are going to have an unlimited supply of endstone. That's right. We're going to have all the endstone we could ever want. So break this, and we should get all of this beautiful chorus. Perfect. And, well, we need to cook it. We need to cook it. While we're cooking it, let's go ahead and take our uranium and let's make 3 blocks of this. It's crazy that I overlooked this, but this uranium block gives us 20 times on this setup over here. As of right now, I've been doing just 1 block, and then I have the lava expanding to the sides, and I can do multiples on that because even the lava just moving over 1 still gives you the same heat value, just so long as it has lava underneath it. But this will give us 20 times 20 heat, which is way faster. So anything that we need, such as like obsidian here soon, we can go ahead and grab it with just this. How cool is that? Like, super fast. All right, let's go ahead. We should have enough course at this point, hopefully. There we go. All we need is this right here, a purpur block. A single purpur block. It goes underneath the pedestal, and then we just put the cobblestone generator on it, and it's going to start now generating this instead of regular cobblestone. Super, super awesome. Because now we can farm ender pearls. That is one of the main things that this is going to be used for, mostly is farming ender pearls. And I will let you know that in the next update, so if you're playing this a little later, there was a way, or is still a way at the moment, to use an auto clicker for this. Keep in mind that I know it did say it in the questing. It says it along the sieve right here. Do not use an auto clicker on them because it will cause servers for issues and stuff like that. But not only that, it's going to be patched. It's going to be fixed in the next update. So keep that in mind. I want to show you though a better way to do this, so that way when you are messing around with this, you can do it the right way. I guess I could say. So let's go ahead and grab a few of these. We're going to make 9 of them, so 8 in total because we already have 1. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the mesh out of there. And let's just go ahead and pop these over here. I think I can just use string for right now, but if we combine these together, this is one way that you can make this. I mean, you can make this much larger. I think you can take it even further. I don't know what the maximum is. Probably something in the configs for it. But we should be able to take things like gravel, and I don't think I have enough for that many string meshes. Ugh. I did get rid of a lot of my string. That's enough for 4. I guess I can kind of just demonstrate here, because I'm still only going to be using 1 for right now. We're going to be moving into auto sieves here soon. But just to show you as an example, let's grab a little bit of gravel. There we go. And I should be able to just right click on here, and you can see it goes into the other sieves as well. And this will help speed things up. And I think you can make this quite large. So one thing I'm always feeling like I wait too long to do is upgrade the furnace. I think today it's definitely time to put this furnace to give this furnace an upgrade. So right here, we can upgrade immediately to an iron furnace. I think I have just about everything we need to do this. And this mod is crazy. It gets absolutely ridiculous, and it is so freaking fast. It is, yeah, it gets really nice. Let's go ahead and just pop this in here. There we go. Get our iron furnace upgrade. There's even some other crazy things like allowing this to be run off of power, which is pretty cool. That is a super handy thing. We also have these upgrades. Kind of work like the old iron chest mod. So gold, that's going to require, looks like gold blocks. Ooh, that one we may not have. Do we have enough for it? I mean, I'm okay with spending it. Okay, perfect. So we do have it. There we go. Gold furnace. And then the next one is the diamond, which requires 2 blocks of glass. I totally have all of that. Actually, we could probably just click this. Oh, that's so nice to be able to do that. And then do we have enough emeralds? Oh, we have enough emeralds to make an emerald version. Now, obsidian, that's a different story. We definitely have to stop here because we do not have the ability to move this further anymore. Okay, so I'm going to throw this over here for now. This thing is a bit faster, and as you can see, it does have some augment slots here, some upgrades. Let's see, fuel, this was a right click, says fuel heats up the furnace twice as much, slows down the cooking time by 1/4 for all recipes. So this is sort of, I guess, to conserve more fuel. And let's just go ahead and put this to the test. Let's go ahead and grab some gold and let's cook it, right? So let's take some coal that we have built up, throw some coal in there, and throw this in here. Wrong slot. There we go. That's significantly faster. Now, it's not doubling our ore, unfortunately. We're going to have to set some stuff up to be able to do that. Looks like there's a nice config on here as well. Okay. Definitely like the config for the auto input and output sort of method, I think, that's going on here. Can't really read what that says, probably because of the stuff that's behind it. Yeah, this is sort of getting in the way, but it is pretty fast. Also burning through our fuel pretty quickly too. So wow, with this we can set up automation automatically by placing this on top. I did go ahead and remove this so we can see this. We have auto input false, but we're going to turn that to true. And then we need to clear this whole thing out. I held shift to do that. That's usually a feature for most things. Auto output true. And then we're going to set the top to input and then the left to output. And that should be good. Input and output. We have fuel input. Oh, I wish there was an input and fuel input. That'd be kind of neat. So we can throw the coal in here and this should run. All we got to do is just throw all of this in here. And this will get us a nice setup for, getting these resources cooked up. Of course, we're going to be able to make a lot more of these resources later on down the road. So I'm not worried about doubling them just yet. I just want to get them all processed so we have a nice foundation of ingots and stuff to work with. So with X to Hilo, there's some other things that we probably need to get done. And we have the things to do it. We have these ancient spores. I'm going to need a little bit of dirt. Let's see. I should have some barrels. I already have a little bit of dirt ready to go, but we need just a tad bit more. By the way, I did show that, you can use leaves and stuff. The reason I showed those is because I think those are probably the easiest to come by. You can, of course, use a lot of stuff. I think even chorus flowers work. Nope, chorus flowers do not work. But string works. The worms work. I mean, if you want to use those, of course, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Some extra saplings I have laying around. I have so many oak saplings. And we only need enough to make a little, what is that going to be? A 3x3 area. So I can go ahead and get the spores started though. Let's go ahead and place this down. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and get the spores activated on this. Now this will spread, or should spread anyways, and should handle this dirt no problem. Go ahead and see. How much do we need? Let's see. We have 4 more. Okay. We're only going to need 1 more. So that should be perfect. We have that one right there. All right. So with that set, we're going to be using some wooden barrels. We're also going to need some water. And we're going to be making ourselves some witch water. Yep. That is something we're going to do. Let's go ahead and place this down. Now, I normally like to fill this whole thing with this, but you can get away with, you know, just one if you really want, but it'll be faster to have multiples. Let's go ahead and fill all of these with water. And as this starts to spread, as you can see, this is going to start changing. And I think it just, for some reason, these aren't working. I think it just needs it underneath. So look at that. It just turned into witch. That was actually pretty fast. Way faster than I'm used to. But we can take that witch water and we can give it sand. I don't know if I have any sand just laying around. Doesn't look like it, but I can go ahead and make some sand real quick. So now that I have the sand, I can go ahead and click that on here. And look at that. We get soul sand. So soul sand actually has some uses, believe it or not. If we go over here, we can sieve soul sand and we can get ourselves solarium dust, nether wart, and nether rack. We can also get gas tiers, all kinds of goodies that we can get from this. As you can see, we are going to need netherite eventually. There are several things that do utilize netherite specifically, like to get unobtainium, all the modium, all that stuff. We are going to need netherite to be able to get that. So it looks like we're going to be upgrading our meshes eventually. And yeah, it looks like a diamond mesh just gets a netherite ingot. And that's all you need to upgrade that? What? So easy. Look at this. Look at this. All we got to do is make ourselves a piece of netherite. Voila. And we need our mesh. Oop, I did not mean to sieve that. All right, so we need our mesh. And then to make that station, the workstation, it's just a piece of wood. It's just some wood. Like this, I believe, and 2 iron on top. And there's a smithing table. Very nice. And then all we got to do is combine this and that. And there we go. A netherite mesh. Not too shabby. So another block we're possibly going to need is going to be obsidian, of course. Now, in this version, it makes it a little bit more difficult to set this up, but I should be able to click on this maybe. There we go. And place a block of water above a stone barrel. And then all I have to do is place lava in here, and that gets turned into obsidian. So if I place lava, bam, it gets turned into obsidian. So I can just stand here and do this for as long as I want, basically, and collect all of that fancy obsidian, so long as it doesn't get like trapped like it is. Now, this should be burning and creating lava at a pretty decent rate. It is at a heat of 20. However, it does require some cobblestone. But yeah, it does seem like it's doing a pretty good job. I'm not going to complain too much. Now, there is another dimension, but it's not what you probably think it is. The nether is, well, pretty barren. Pretty barren, but there is an ice and fire dimension, like sort of area that you could potentially go to. You would need the portal, this right here, the telepad. And so this telepad in normal all the mods would take you to a mining dimension if you place it in this world. But if you take this to the nether and you place this in the nether and right click on it, it will take you to the dragon dimension, which is not really a place you want to be unless you're ready for it. And it does require all the modium nuggets to be able to get that in the first place. So it's going to take a little work in order to get this. So let's first get into some machines. I think that we can totally dive into some machines today. And I think thermal is going to be one of the best. After looking at some of the things, I think thermal is going to be one of the better ones as we can move to the magmatic dynamo relatively quickly, hopefully by the end of the day. But the first thing we're going to need is probably going to be this. We are going to need to get a regular Stirling set up first so we can get just a little bit of power. And then we're going to need stone. I think this is wanting regular stone, right? Hopefully nothing crazy. There we go. And gold, which I think I put in this chest, which is why it's not reading it. Okay. So with everything, there we go. We'll make this. This is going to use coal and water, I believe, to make the Stirling dynamo to get us started. And then we're going to need a pulverizer. So hopefully we have some copper, which I think at this point we probably have some made up. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, pulverizer is going to be one of the better early game machines that we're going to have available. It's going to allow us to crush ore, which is how we're going to be able to make some things like the induction smelter, which is inevitably going to lead us to the magmatic dynamo. So there are some steps here that we're going to have to take. Tin gear. We're going to need some of that tin. Do I have tin? I do have tin. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, just a little bit of crafting, and that's about it, right? Just a little crafting, and be ready to go. I think I'm really loving the ability to just pull items out like this, even though like sometimes it's looking for specific things. It shouldn't do that, but I think it's just because I don't have the items available, because it's not touching these chests here technically. Okay, so pulverizer, piston. There we go. Pulverizer's ready. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get these two machines hooked up, because these are two pretty important machines. And if I hook this up, this is just going to run off of some coal. Very simple, which should be enough power to power the pulverizer, right? And then the pulverizer is going to need to pulverize two different materials. And we can actually use chests to automate this process in some sort of fashion. Let's go ahead and grab the logs, throw that in there. There we go. And we're basically going to say, okay, on this side, we're going to have an input. This side, we're going to have an output. I need to tell it to crush up some iron because we need to make Invar. And Invar requires iron and nickel. So we should have some nickel. There we go. Let's see. Let's double up our iron here. We'll do 32 and we'll do 16 nickel for right now. That should get us started. We'll throw that in there. And then we need to set up the configuration for this. Right now we have no augments or anything. I want to set the auto input to enable and auto output to enable. We're going to have the left side be the input and the right side be the output. And that should technically be up and running. Look at that. Everything's ready to go. So all we got to do is wait for this. And that is going to produce Invar, or we're going to combine the iron and we're going to combine the nickel. And that's going to make some Invar. And we're going to use that to finally get ourselves some magmatic dynamos. And we need to get this as soon as possible so that way we can start utilizing the lava and cobblestone that we're getting for free. So with my iron and nickel dust, I am ready to combine this. I believe we split like that. There we go. And we made 48 Invar. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I'm going to be using that immediately to make this, but it's also going to be nice for me to just also make the induction smelter, because the induction smelter is going to allow me to make Invar and other things like that much easier, so I don't have to pulverize it and such. Now, we will, however, probably use this pulverizer and also in line with our emerald furnace here to do ore duplication or ore doubling and ore processing. That's going to be a pretty nice thing to have, considering you don't want to be spending most of your time sieving. You want to be spending it doing other things, like having fun making other machines and stuff like that. So here we go. Here is our magmatic dynamo. Now we're going to need a way to transport fluids. Now, there is a mod in here called Pipes, or Pipes Easy, which is really, really nice. And there's a fluid variant of this pipe. Now it does require some iron, which I should have stored over here. There we go. So a couple of pipes and this, and there is a wrench for this. So probably want to make that. And there's also this right here, filter, destination tool. I don't know, my brain was like glitching there for a moment. And then we also have some upgrades and stuff that we can use for this, but I think this should work, early on, right? Hopefully we can use this. Let's go ahead and break our current power, current machines. Don't really need all these if we're going to be generating a little bit of magmatic power. Hook that up there, and let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so as of right now, it's not doing anything, but we can set these to extract by shift right clicking. That is working. And these are supposed to be like server friendly and everything, so they should be helping out as far as that goes. And hopefully this catches up and keeps up. I mean, this is only one, but of course there are upgrades and such that should help. Now, there's also power cables. So there's energy pipes that we could use. Energy pipes, we can make a couple of blocks here and then make some energy variant. And this is going to allow us to hook to our machines. So such as a pulverizer and so on and so forth. Wonder if I could extend this back. No, probably not, because it doesn't have a way to auto import. And I can't hook to the sides. we're probably going to end up moving this whole setup eventually. Just for right now, I'm going to be using it just for some processing stuff. But I mean, it's not horrible. Like, this is not a horrible setup. Let's go ahead and take this. Oh, I actually can't pick this up until I make a diamond pickaxe. Oh no. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and make the other machine that we need from thermal. So there's the induction smelter. So we're pretty much we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. I think the only thing left is this guy right here, the furnace. So I mean, we should be able to get that hooked in. I just, like I said, need to make a pick. Let's go with a diamond. I mean, we could probably make a netherite pick. Why not? You know, nether. I want to get into silence, but like at the same time, I don't really know what to get into from the silence mod. Somebody in the comments did say that there was like a way to put glowstone and stuff on it. You can use like make like little lights and stuff. That's kind of cool. I haven't had the chance to get into that yet. So let's go ahead and make a diamond pickaxe though, and I think we can probably upgrade it. If you put it in the crafting table. So let's try it. Let's see if we can make a diamond pickaxe. And then we throw that in here and we make ourselves a netherite pickaxe. And then we put it in a crafting table in our inventory. Does that not work? Okay, so no, never mind. We just have a netherite pickaxe. This should definitely work though. Oh wow, it picked all the experience up. And let's go ahead and take our cable and hook that into there, And this is powered. That does not have power. So I'm almost thinking that I have to set this to the extract. So now that has power. I'm kind of liking these pipe mods because this pipe mod also has the ability to make a universal pipe, which I assume lets you send multiple things via a single cable. So you can have fluid and this running similar to like how Indrio conduits work. So very nice. Very nice. I like that if that's the case. I want to set this up though. We're going to need one of these chests. Put our input chest here. And since this works very similar to everything else, we can just have an input chest here and the output chest on top. And what should happen is we can set this up to auto input, auto pull, and extract over here, which is perfect. We shouldn't need a buffer in between them two. And then this needs to be configured to have auto input on, output on, input to the left, top is going to be the output. And then, of course, we can manually put fuel in for right now. We could put a chest underneath, I think, that could automatically pull fuel. But this is going to allow us to have the ore duplication thing. Or not really ore duplication, but ore doubling, right? So Shift K to get that chunk there. We toss the chunk in here. The chunk should go in here and turn into 2 pulverized gold. And then that should be sent over to here. And then that should end up in here. We should end up with some gold. Look at that. 2 gold dust. And voila, 2 for 1. I like it. That's definitely going to work out. So I decided I should probably make a sink since I've been working on this as well. And that's just going to get us infinite water for the most part. Let's go ahead and grab a bucket. Scoop that up. There we go. All right. So water. Here we go, man. You know what? I am so ready for when I have some nice blocks to be able to decorate this area with. I'm kind of coming up with ideas for what I should do. Of course, I want like an industrial area. We need an area for this. And I don't know if I want to go vertical or kind of what I want to do yet. I don't want to continue this. This is not the style that I want to go with, but it is something that helps kind of get you started. Especially when oak is really all you had starting early on. So yeah, it'd be kind of nice to have something a little bit better than this. All right, so we used our bucket with that. Have I literally just dumped all of my buckets? No, we have a bucket of lava here with nowhere to throw it. I have nowhere to put that lava. Oh well, I guess we could make another. Oh, there's a bucket. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, basically what I want to do is, fill all these. Now, there is another way I could probably help fill them, and that's using those fluid pipes. Let's go ahead and grab those. I'm pretty sure I put them back. Yeah, there they are. And yeah, we can just fill this straight off the sink since we have infinite water. However, this is going to cause a little bit of a problem because we do need to be able to get to these. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, they will slowly fill up, as you can see. and then they're going to start processing, but that'll allow us to take some sand as all of those are processed, and we can make a bunch of soul sand and sieve those for, you know, things that we need. Like I should be able to stand up here and, you know, no problem, just do this. At least for now. Later on, we can set up a system that automates this process. So we don't have too much time left, but I would like to sort of maybe upgrade these machines a little bit. I think we can definitely upgrade this machine and hopefully be able to get this to work. So the upgrades that used to exist for thermal have been changed. This whole mod has been revamped to now be thermal series instead of thermal expansion and cultivation, all these other mods. It's kind of been like renewed in a different way. So it's sort of like an inspired by, but still by the same mod dev. So hardened integral components. So this mod, or this item right here is pretty much the upgrade that we used to use. And it's not too difficult to make, as you can see, but nor was the original. It does require invar, which I think I stored it all over here, just making everything harder and harder for myself to craft. There we go. So I should be able to put this inside this machine augment slot, and this should bump the output up. Look at that. Okay, so we're getting double now, which just does say ×2 on the scale factor. So pretty much double RF production. Max production is 80. If we take that out, it's 40. So we did double this. It looks like it doubled the tank size as well, because this is 4 and that is going back up. So that's good to know. And we of course can scale this up. So this is going to be the main things that we use to scale up. We have the reinforcement, and then we have the resonant. So this one requires a signalium, which is different. It's made different now, I believe. It still uses this dust, but you make it with copper dust, silver dust, and redstone, and you get signalium blend. So really, it's not horrible to make, and none of the stuff is really bad to upgrade. And this is still a meme in here. At least this was still left in, right? I mean, we got the Portal 2 reference right there. Very nice. Well, guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, I think in the next few episodes, we're going to definitely be working on building, strategizing, and getting an area set up that is going to work a little bit better. That way we can kind of organize things in a better way. I want to kind of do something interesting. I don't know. I kind of get some plans in the works. But anyways, I do, however, want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to go to Eisenman. I think that's right. I think it's Eisenman. Anyways, thank you so much for your amazing support over on Patreon. Guys, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that linked down in the description below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button. And I hope to see you over on the Discord as well. Guys, I really appreciate it. Of course, I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.